welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
Should be a very nice day. Right now, 34 degrees. We should have some sun and high today of 64 degrees. And that's the same forecast for St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Happy St. Patrick's Day Eve.
Yeah, it's going to be busy downtown and around the country tomorrow, but I'm excited to see Jackson. There's so many places with great specials. Of course, you can start at Kegs and Eggs, 7 a.m. at Grand River Brewery. A lot of places downtown will have entertainment and Town Bar also, but pretty much everyone's got something going on. Dirty Bird, It's going to be a fun day.
Yeah, St. Patrick's Day at Grand River Brewery starts at 7 a.m. They've got Piper of the Irish Hills, Vic McDermott, DJ Fatboy, John Lewis Good, the Act 3 Band all day long. The Dirty Bird has a big lunchtime event. Duffy's all day long. The Chase all afternoon. Jerry's Pub, big day at Jerry's Pub. Also at Shady's Tap Room. The Shamrock, those goes on.
Yeah, 308 Brass Rail, I think, is having some entertainment as well.
Brass Rail, yeah.
But it's going to look like a busy summer Saturday down here tomorrow. There's going to be people walking around everywhere wearing green and stumbling around, so I can't wait to see it.
Let's bet at what time we will see the first person wearing green shorts, and no shirt.
I will say 11:30.
11:30?
Yeah, 11:30 a.m.
Yeah.
No.
Might even happen today.
Yeah.
Yesterday, the U.S. Senate passed legislation that would make daylight savings time permanent starting next year. What do you think about
I
that?
think it's just fine. It's one less thing to talk about. I've been in a few arguments where people think it's going to screw up the entire world, and I don't think it is. I think it's going to be just fine.
Well, there's, suddenly there's controversy about it because over the last few years, various states have tried to change the law, but why not make standard time permanent instead of daylight savings time permanent? Why not just leave the clocks the way they were?
Someone didn't understand how it worked that I was talking to yesterday and said that, eventually it's going to be light at midnight. And I said, no, it's not. It's not going to be light at midnight. It's going to be just fine. My clock in my car, though, I can't fix.
It's 8:02 right now, according to my watch. It's too much hassle changing it.
Yeah, it's a lot of hassle.
Yes.
So
How many of you change your clock in the car while you're driving?
you can't. It's a safety thing, so a lot of them don't let you.
Everybody
I'm good riddance, in my opinion, because I don't like fall backwards or spring forwards.
Yeah, I don't mind the fall backwards because you get an extra hour, but the spring forward, I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it. I'm still catching up. NCAA tournament did start last night. Our brackets are not due until today at noon, I believe,
no.
Brandon said. So, according to the American Gaming Association, 40 million people will fill out 70 million brackets.
I filled out too.
Did you?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm going to fill out a couple. Guess how many possible outcomes there are?
I don't know, bazillion.
Yes, a bazillion. 9.2 quintillion. Now, they say if you know a little bit about basketball, the odds of picking a perfect bracket increase to about 1 in 150 million.
Is anyone offering a super big prize?
Yeah, they all do because no one can do it. The odds of there's 67 games in the tournament. The odds of picking, say, 10 in a row, or 10 games right, are 720 to 1 on average. You'd have to pick 60. It's like a 67 game parlay, and I just don't see it happening. I know we've had people get close in the ESPN brackets and things like that, but I don't think there's ever been a perfect bracket.
Who do you have in the Final Four?
I don't know. I'll have to check Andy Katz's bracket. I always try and mix it up, but then when I get to the Final Four, I usually just have the 1 or 2 seeds because it's so hard to pick against them. So I think Baylor's going to win the whole thing.
I have Baylor going a long ways too.
I heard you had Vermont in the final.
Well, I do.
That's just a good way to lose your money. Gosh.
Your mom has Michigan versus Michigan State in the final.
Well, that's cute. That's
it's possible.
That will not happen. That's 9.3 quintillion to 1 that will happen.
It could happen.
So we're excited about it. So $9 billion gets gambled. Isn't that amazing? $9.2 billion gets gambled on the NCAA tournament, whether that's legally, illegally, office pools. It's a staggering amount. $9.2 billion.
Wow. Why don't we just send all that money to the Ukrainian?
That's what Brandon said. That's exactly what Brandon said. Yeah, why don't we just send all that money away? Yeah, it's crazy. I just can't believe. Well, it's so easy to gamble, you know, in that instant gratification of winning. It's so fun. So I can see how it would be a lot of fun. But I'm just doing the $10 office pool.
It's still illegal.
Oh, well, we're doing it for free. Sorry.
We had some interesting things happen in Lansing yesterday. The Senate approved a 6-month extension or a 6-month suspension of the state's 27 cents per gallon fuel tax, but the bill would not take effect until next year, and it's not going to pass the governor's desk. She's not going to sign it, so it's a moot point. Not going to happen. Also yesterday, the state house said no to suspending taxes on both adult and children diapers.
What?
Julie Alexander had put a bill in that said no tax on diapers, and the House turned it down. Also, there was a bill that is now in the House that would allow driving tests to be completed at home. It's like, how can that happen?
I don't know what's going on out there.
Lansing.
Craziness in Lansing. News in Ukraine. Ukraine President Zelensky is going to be addressing U.S. Congress right now, really.
As we speak?
Yeah, as we speak. Interested to hear the results of that conversation. It seems like he is constantly, he has no problem getting all these leaders on the line. He's just continuing to ask for help. The death toll, civilians, almost 700 Ukrainian civilians have been killed since the start of this conflict, and 97 children. So completely unacceptable. The death counts are higher than that, but they don't have an accurate way to get all that information out right now because the country is being bombed. So it's hard to watch.
I don't know. What do you do with people who murder children?
Well, I don't know. What would we do to people that murdered children here?
Well, they don't.
They don't run free, do they?
No.
Craziness. Crazy stuff. So.
Well, if he's going to say what he said to Canada, he spoke to Parliament in Canada yesterday, got a standing ovation. No-fly zone. He wants a no-fly zone. So.
And I don't think he's going to get that, unfortunately, from the news that I see. It's I just don't think it's possible because it's potentially an act of war. So, and who knows? It's very frustrating, scary time for the country. But let's mix it up and let's have a little light story. Would you like a light story? Your grandson's into the Pokemon? Yes, he is. Well, there's a man that has been jailed for 3 years because he spent his business relief loan on a $57,000 Pokemon card. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Can you believe that?
On his way.
$57,000. He had claimed that he was able to get $235,000 from his. He claimed that they had only generated $235,000 for his year prior, and then successfully received $85K through the loan program, and spent $57,000 to purchase a Charizard Pokemon trading card.
I don't understand it.
No, and we were at Nostalgia Inc., our friends and advertisers, and James went in and he beelined right back to the Pokemon cards. And he proceeded to have a conversation that we didn't understand a word he was saying.
Oh, they could have been speaking Chinese.
And, but he did leave with 4 packs. So he's obsessed with Pokemon. So we will never let him spend that kind of money on one card, though. I just can't imagine the amount of fraud that's gone on with these business loans from the government. It's amazing. You're still seeing these stories. And it's not like, I spent $2,000 on something. I spent $100,000 or $200,000 on something.
Maseratis, all
Yeah.
that.
How do you think you're going to get away with it? You're not.
I know you're a dog lover. You have 2 or 3. The American Kennel Club today released a list of the 10 most popular dog breeds in the United States. Can you guess what number 1 is?
I know number 1 because it's always number 1. It's a retriever, Labrador Retriever.
Well, let's see. The Labrador Retriever is number 1.
Okay.
And we do have a list.
Do we have a list? No, we don't have a list.
We have a list.
He doesn't have the list.
We've got a Florida swim team had to suspend practice
I heard about this.
yesterday.
Yeah, what happened?
There was an alligator in the pool. Yes. This swim team was getting ready for practice. Students discovered the pool was already occupied
Could you
by an
imagine?
alligator, and the Lake County Sheriff's Office responded, and they were able to use a safety hook to pull the gator out of the pool. They secured his jaws with electrical tape, and they took him to Lake Apopka, where he was released on his own recognizance. So it was, that would be frightful.
Very frightening.
Now, you've been in Florida. Have you ever stumbled upon
I have, yeah, on some golf courses, and you really have to be careful because a lot of times they're just laying on the bank of the swamp, and if you get over by them with the golf cart, you only see them at the last second. So, I try and avoid them at all costs.
Do we have the dogs?
Oh, we have the dogs.
There they are.
Okay, so Labrador Retriever, I was right on that.
French Bulldog. What kind of dog? Joe's got a French Bulldog.
I don't know if it's 100% pure though, so it's not.
Golden. Where's your dog?
No, this is a problem. I don't understand.
Your dog's not.
No, and I don't know why that is. And I think I have pugs, and I don't know why they aren't number 1.
Well, you don't really want the most popular dog, because then they get stolen,
Oh my
don't
goodness.
they?
I don't know. I have
What did Lady Gaga have?
a collie.
A collie?
A collie,
No,
maybe?
didn't she have her dog stolen?
She did have her dog stolen.
They weren't.
It wasn't a
collies.
collie, no. It was. I don't think it was anything from that list.
We've got, the pandemic where this was 2 years ago today. Remember? We were
Sort of.
shutting the world down. And now the CDC is reporting levels of COVID detected in wastewater is rising.
Isn't that
And-
good? It's
No.
going out. It's going
rising.
out. Yeah, but it's going out.
Pfizer is asking for a 4th dose to be approved for seniors. And are the Mets and the Yankees going to have full complement of players this year? Because in New York City,
I don't know.
they still have a private sector vaccine mandate. So every player on the Mets and the Yankees will have to have a vaccine in order to play.
It's the weirdest thing, and we didn't talk about this the other day, but Kyrie Irving attended one of the, he didn't get the vaccine, and
Right.
obviously the greater tri-state area has those mandates. So he attended the game as a fan. So he could attend the game as a fan unvaccinated with no mask, just
Right.
fine.
He could
Okay,
sit
of
in a
course,
crowd of people.
which is fine. Well, let the guy play already. What's going on? So I don't know. I'm getting a little wishy-washy on it at this point with Kyrie. If he's going to be in the stadium anyways, just let him play the games. But they don't want to give in to him, so I don't know. But yeah, to answer your question, I think we'll find out. But baseball players, a lot easier to replace than Kyrie. I will
Right.
say that.
Yeah. So he's been out the whole season, hasn't
Who?
he? Kyrie.
No, he plays road games.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the road games, of
Yeah,
course.
but he attended the Brooklyn home game as a fan the other day. It was very Kyrie.
Speaking of basketball, big game tonight, Michigan Center.
Yeah, that's on deck for tonight. Michigan Center looking for a regional championship. So good luck to the Cardinals. Our staff will be out there, Noah Baker, Jeff Steers, and they'll be covering that game. You got Bath, 16-6 at versus Michigan Center, 18-6, and that's 7 o'clock at beautiful Dansville High School. And I am serious; it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful high school.
It is. It's got that track, suspended track all the way around the, or is it a balcony all the way around?
I don't know. It's brand new. It looks nice. So good luck to Michigan Center. And if you win, we'll see you next week back here in Jackson for the quarterfinal, as that game will be played at Lumen Christi.
Today's show being brought to you by the Dirty Bird. They invite you down today and tomorrow. Tomorrow they're going to have a lot of fun for St. Patrick's Day. Chicken salads, flatbread sandwiches, quesadillas, mac and cheese, appetizers. My favorite, the tater tots. 40 brews on tap, including Grand River 313 Polish Lager, and many Michigan beers like Stouts, Founders, Bells, and more. 140 West Michigan Avenue in downtown Jackson, just a few doors east of JTV. Thanks to the Dirty Bird. Who's on the show today?
We've got a great show, and we are going to get things started with Dr. Brian Kim and Dr. Pete Bullock from IEP Urgent Care right after this break.
The people in Jackson are resilient, the people in Jackson are generous, and the people in Jackson work together. When I think about the future, the work we're doing with our equity focus, the work we're doing to help marginalized populations become stable, and the fact that when we do help people pull themselves out of poverty and become stable, it's so good for this whole community, it just reinforces that we do indeed got this. Jackson, we got this.
At Blair's Car Care, honesty and customer satisfaction have always been the most important thing for us. We have been serving loyal customers in Jackson County for almost 100 years. We do auto repair of all sorts, including tires, alignment, brakes, oil changes, and much more. For more information, please call 517-782-8116 or come stop by at 2424 Wildwood Avenue and experience for yourself what makes Blair's so special.
Enjoy all the magic and spectacle when your favorite fairy tale characters take to the ice. Rapunzel and Pinocchio to Aladdin and Tinkerbell. And the stars of this show, Pirates and the Little Mermaid. Spectacular special effects, music, and thrilling jumps, spins, and lifts, all on ice. Don't miss Fairy Tales on Ice, Saturday, March 19th. Get your tickets now at the Potter Center box office or at jccmi.edu/Potter Center, where fairy tales and ice collide.
It's funny how travel costs money, yet makes us richer, and how our most important things really aren't things, like our memories. This is what makes life, life. Yet how much of life are we willing to miss out on? Because even mild hearing loss doubles our risk of dementia. Yes, dementia. Good hearing health can help you stay engaged and keep your brain younger. Hear well and stay vital. Get a hearing health check every year.
This message brought to you by Community Hearing Center. Call for a hearing wellness check today, 517-888-5055, or visit communityhearingcenter.com.
Before the friends and the laughter and the nights you'll always remember, there's a realtor guided by a code of ethics and the doors you open together.
I think you're gonna love this.
I think you're right.
American Title is a proud supporter of the Jackson Area Association of Realtors. American Title, 280 West Cortland, AmericanTitleJackson.com.
Back to the morning show. Today's show is brought to you by Vermeulen Home Furnishings. Now in their third generation of being family owned and operated, Vermeulen's prides themselves on offering brand name quality furniture at affordable prices. Visit Vermeulen Furniture today. Thanks to Nate and the staff for helping us bring you today's show.
And we're happy to welcome to our show from IEP Urgent Care, Dr. Brian Kim and Dr. Peter Bullock. Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome back to Brian, but first time here.
First time here. A little nervous, but I'm
Oh, don't be nervous. Now, I've seen you before because
Sure.
I have frequented IEP. Now, you guys were just, and still going on, but just amazing during the COVID testing season, I'm calling it, when, it seemed like school was out, school was in. Sports were out, sports were in. You need to have a COVID test to play.
Right. Sure.
How'd you guys keep up with all that?
A lot of hard work.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of hard work. But we have a good system, good team in place. So that's the main thing. I mean, I can't do anything without my support team. So,
Brian, when you opened in Jackson, you had a good idea it was going to be successful, but I got to believe it's been wildly successful beyond your dreams.
It has been, but it's also been, it tells you that there was a need in the community for an urgent care to service. And unfortunately, we had the pandemic as well. And when other places were closed, we had, with Peter and the leadership team at the urgent care, to open up those slots to fill the needs of the people, to get the COVID testing, just to be checked out where other places were closed or not being able to accept patients.
Yeah, and I think the fear people had of going to the hospital. And I know you were very worried about that because some serious conditions might have been undiagnosed.
We were, as we talked about previously, you know, we wanted to direct people to places that could serve their needs immediately, which was our urgent care. And then for others, we wanted others to come and not wait for their emergency care. And so I thank you guys for spreading that message because it was heard loud and clear.
That's great. What level of care should someone go to IEP for? You have conversations all the time. Should I go to the ER? Should I go to IEP urgent care? Which is it?
I think Pete's best at it.
For this?
Yeah.
Well, we're a full service urgent care. We can take care of just about anything in our clinics. We have full x-ray, full testing capabilities, obviously for COVID. Now we have rapid PCR testing that's available to our patients. They get a PCR answer in 30 to 40 minutes, especially for travel and things. That's very effective.
Raise
your hand if you've been to IEP urgent care.
Everyone in my family has, and I want to say that this level of care is amazing. The staff is so nice, and I was in there with my daughter, and you know, you have a lot of kids getting COVID tests, they're nervous, but you know, your staff really makes people feel comfortable, and I felt like they went out of their way to make sure my daughter felt like she was okay and joking around, and it was just a really good environment.
I want, our vision has always been to have a place where people felt comfortable. And so when you asked about the question, where should they go, to the emergency or to the urgent care, sometimes if they go to our urgent care and it turns out to be something a little bit more serious, that's where that patient journey is always important, where Pete's team calls us, we have that golden ticket as we talked about, and we're waiting for them to come and arrive so we can put them in a room quickly so they don't have to wait.
You know, that's a good point, because there are urgent care facilities in every community just about. How do you know? What's the difference between yours and other urgent care type practices?
We closely work with the hospital. It's our partnership. We've been here since 2008. As a company, we've been here for 25 years. We're celebrating our 25th anniversary this year. And this has made, our vision has always been this patient journey. We've been able to expand our services outside of the four walls of the hospital to provide that care. So urgent care is one arm of that journey. And we know that if you were to come to an urgent care that was not affiliated, then they tell you to go to a hospital for your care. There's always that inherent delay and always repeating that story over and over again while you're there. We always wanted to make it streamlined, so it's always customer, patient friendly, as opposed to just not any other businesses probably that just consider you one step. We want to complete that journey for the patient, because any health related issue is such a worrisome for the individual as well as the family.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, you don't realize that most of the time that your patients are under a large amount of mental stress and physical stress, so that level of care is certainly important.
You're fairly new with IEP urgent care. Peter, tell us a little bit about your background.
Well, my background, I started in family medicine, done about 12 and a half years, private practice, very successful. I have 3 sons. I was never home, never saw them, so I transitioned over to urgent care, and I started here in Jackson back in December of 14. The company that used to be here, MedExpress, and when I had the opportunity this past January to join with IEP, who I had known for years back in my time in primary care, because I was on staff at the hospital, so I admitted, and I used to talk to these guys all the time at 2 in the morning for different things, waking me and my wife up. That was part of my job.
Who would have known that all our calls drove you into this world?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you drove me. You didn't know it years ago. So I've had the opportunity to join IEP back in January, so I was very pleased and happy with that opportunity, and to stay in Jackson. You know, it's like a second home now to me. So
nice.
Very
And
happy.
that MedExpress, they were briefly here. They pulled out of the state.
Yeah, they pulled out of the state for sure. So
how about the location right across the street from the hospital? Talk about how that's worked out. Obviously, the golden ticket to the ER, and how that works is if the doctors at IEP, they're emergency physicians. They know if someone needs to go to the ER. So it is a golden ticket. Talk a little bit about that process.
Well, the location has always been the key, and we've been very blessed to have that location, and that proximity to the hospital has been such an amazing thing. So that process, if you come to our urgent care, and if Pete sees you there and thinks that the condition warrants a little bit higher need of testing or whatnot to be provided from our hospital here in Jackson, their team will call us and we will have this golden ticket ready. The process from the ED is that we will notify that registration as well as our nurses that when that patient arrives with your name, that you're expedited through, because obviously if you're going to someplace, you don't want to be delayed in telling that story. So it's worked out well, but also in a sense, I think we haven't had the need for that frequent golden ticket because of Pete's team and how wonderful a job they did. There's a story that we had shared a couple of days ago where someone said, wow, there's not a lot of ED visits. ED visits are lower now. And so one of my partners had told somebody, not at this location, but another, that we do such a great job. They don't need to come to the ED.
Right.
So I attribute the number of golden ticket referrals that is very low to Pete's team being able to treat it very well and successfully well.
Yeah, well, you don't want a golden ticket.
no.
If you do get a ticket, you want the golden one, though.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly. Because it's nice because we know each other. So when
Yeah.
I call to the ER, they know how I practice. I know how they practice. So
It's a
just a
partnership.
trust thing as well. So yeah.
IEP Urgent Care opened in the midst of the pandemic. I remember the open house. It was social distance, masks. It was everything with all the precautions. But we're still seeing cases, and you're still testing people. What, from your standpoint, what's the state of the pandemic?
We're in a lull right now, and thankfully so. I can't imagine what number we are, what wave we are, but you know, the lull is attributed to also the number of people that have increased their vaccinations, as well as the booster, and I think it also has to do with those that were reluctant to see what kind of effect it had for family and friends, or maybe themselves personally. I'm praying that this is, quote, the lull will continue on as a lull, because I don't think COVID's ever going away. Well, it's a wait and see. I'm just very hopeful. I do think that the lack of people, the less cases allows more people to have interactions with one another, which we didn't have because of the isolation. And I think we are all better for human interaction as opposed to isolation.
Yeah, absolutely. More with Dr. Brian Kim and Dr. Pete Bullock from IEP Urgent Care after this quick break.
With proper alignment, your vehicle's tires can last a lot longer. At G-Force Automotive, we perform a comprehensive front-end inspection and perform a complete alignment on your car, truck, or SUV. We'll keep you driving straight down the road. At G-Force Automotive, we make friends one car repair at a time.
Improving the air quality in your home isn't a luxury. It's improving your family's lives. Our staff do each job carefully, completely, and with great attention paid to you, the homeowner. We take care to leave each home better than we found it, and when you take your first breath after one of our cleanings, I'm sure you'll agree. We can help keep your home cleaner and your air safer by scheduling a cleaning today. Dux, we're your indoor air professionals.
The Pick Center is an independent practice that has provided care to the Jackson area for over 25 years. Doctors O'Neill and Cack supervise antibiotic infusions, as well as those for many other conditions, such as inflammatory bowel, joint, and lung disease, anemia, and multiple sclerosis. Our modern facility is open 7 days a week, and the infusion staff will make you feel right at home. Let your doctor know you have a choice where you receive your next infusion. Remember, when you've picked us, you've picked the best.
It's kindergarten and Young Fives roundup time at Jackson Public Schools. Join us at one of our April roundups. There will be prizes and food. Community partners will be available to serve you, and new students will receive a free Class of 2035 t-shirt upon enrollment. Please arrive early as programs will begin promptly. Jackson Public Schools, where community comes together.
At Consumers Energy, we believe change is empowering, powering both your home and your business. Change is progress, with a modernized grid that can detect outages and restore power within seconds. Change is reliable. We're talking preventing over 35,000 outages last year reliable. And change is enduring, like our dedication to keep your power running, just as it should. Consumers Energy, a force for you, a force of change.
Welcome back. We're with Dr. Brian Kim and Dr. Peter Bullock from IEP Urgent Care this morning. And sports physicals. Do you guys do sports physicals?
All the time.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, now's the time.
Yeah, now's the time. Now is the time. Do you remember when we used to have to get sports physicals?
It was a scramble.
It was a scramble.
Oh, for sure.
It was a scramble.
It's hard to get in. And it really is. That's one of the things is a lot of people wait till the last minute. The coach says, oh, by the way, you're not putting the uniform on until you get your physical, and it's tomorrow. So you've got hours that are, of course, longer than a doctor's office.
Oh, sure.
What do people need to know before they come in? Do they have to have certain insurances? Are there specific insurance companies you work with? Do they have to have insurance?
Well, we accept pretty much all major insurances, take Medicare, including Molina. We even take cash paying patients, obviously. We have a setup for that as well. Sports physicals, we can get them in 8 to 8 all day. Really don't need an appointment, just walk right in.
You can actually set up your appointment online
as well, yeah.
Which is what I did.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's great. And,
sure.
If it's something that's maybe a non-emergency, which a lot of things are, you maybe make it later in the day or the next day. So it's a great system.
The great thing about is in our partnership with the hospital and the Jackson Health Network is this the electronic chart. So things that are done there is able to be communicated to your primary care physician through Epic, and so that's something that is unique that hasn't been done before here. So make sure you don't have to repeat the story again to your primary care physician.
Yeah, the MyChart, the whole system is awesome. I hope everyone is part of it. If you aren't, you should, because it's your healthcare in our community, and it's all there. And
it's amazing what people did before that, really. Yeah. I mean, it's amazing.
I write to my doctor all the time.
He loves you.
Now, I can't get over that UCLA Bruins lanyard. It tells me you're getting ready for the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I am hopeful that they will do well in the tournament. I graduated from Loyola from medical school, so I was very excited a couple years back, pre-COVID, when they made that run, and so we'll see how they do as well.
See if we can get you a Sister Jean autograph.
Yeah, I know, right? Or a bobblehead.
Yeah.
Well, and they're on opposite sides of the bracket, so they could face each other in the championship game.
Rightfully so, Bart.
I have both Loyola and UCLA going pretty far.
On your
on my bracket. You guys do brackets?
I don't. My colleagues do, though. I get disappointed sometimes, but that's what makes it fun, because there's upsets, and that dream is kept alive, which is great.
What's your school?
Michigan State. Big Spartan fan. Yeah. So.
Green. We're in green today too.
Yeah, we've got a lot of Spartans in the building.
That's right.
A lot of
St.
Spartans
Patty's
in the
Day
building.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've got them. Your mom's got them going all the way to the championship game.
Oh, wow.
So I think you guys have really done a great job in making this community safer and healthier. And just want to thank you guys. It's been, from my personal experience, it's just been great. I think I was probably there 4 times in the course of a year, and no stress, really no stress. So thank you.
Well, it's our pleasure, our privilege, really.
Yeah.
You get to choose to come to us.
Absolutely.
I've been there a couple times myself, and it's nice. It's nice to know it's there, and it's super clean, super professional, and you guys do a great job. Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, thank you.
We got you guys some things. Swag bags for you guys.
Swag bags.
Nice.
Guys. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of weight to this.
Oh wow.
All the IEP bells and whistles.
It does.
So I'm going to pull this out here because of how nice this looks.
The money's in the inside pocket.
I love it. Can I tell people I'm a doctor?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, thank you. This is very cool. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Brian Kim and Dr. Peter Bullock from IEP Urgent Care. More of the morning show coming up next. George Pearson from Howard Hanna. Stay with us.
When you need metal, and you need it now, Alro Metals Outlet is here for you. When your back is against the wall, our vast inventory of aluminum, steel, plastics, and more will help you get the job done. Whether you're a professional or do-it-yourselfer, our retail stores are your one-stop shop for metals. You select it, we cut to length, and shear to size. Right here, right now. Because when you need metal, Alro Metals Outlet has your back.
Someone once told me that every community needs a strong hospital, a strong college, and a strong bank. County National Bank is that bank. CNB provides outstanding personal banking services and is the bank of choice for several nonprofit organizations that serve our communities. It's an honor to be part of the growth of the communities we serve in Jackson, Hillsdale, Lenawee, and Calhoun counties. And we're proud to help local businesses expand and succeed. CNB is banking that stays in the community.
As a proud partner of Frankenmuth Insurance, Barker Weber operates under 5 distinct values.
Integrity. We will be honest and fair.
Stewardship. We commit to responsible management.
Empathy. We understand how you feel.
Mutual respect and trust. You'll always be our valued partner.
Dedication. We'll work for you wholeheartedly.
Barker Weber and Frankenmuth Insurance, your local insurance solution.
You never think about a good tow truck service until you really need one. Jimmy's Towing and Auto Repair in Jackson will be there for you in a flash. Our technologically advanced GPS software enables us to pinpoint your location and dispatch the closest truck to assist you in no time. Jimmy's has the largest towing and rescue truck fleet in the area, and we have the right equipment for any towing need. When you need help in a flash, call Jimmy's. Jimmy's Towing and Repair in Jackson.
Welcome back to the morning show on JTV. Today's show is brought to you by Homesteady. If you need anything done in your home, this is who you call. They are a local handyman service. They can fix doors, they can paint, they can do decks, they can really do pretty much anything.
Gutters.
Change a light bulb if you need a light bulb change. So give Homesteady a call today, and they'll help you fix your home up for summer. Because I know a lot of people have a lot of things they need to do before summer.
We've used them, and they're great.
Yes, absolutely.
Our next guest on the show is from Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, George Pearson. Hi, George.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good to see you gentlemen this morning.
Yeah, great to see you too. George, the I-94 project, you're one of the people that's really excited about this.
I am extremely excited about it. I've been waiting a long time for this. My family had some property that was taken by eminent domain in 1978 for this project.
Wow.
And so I'm really looking forward to helping some of my former neighbors and people get some of their property developed for the 21st century.
That's right, yeah, you were a business owner out there back in the day, right?
Once upon a time,
yeah.
yes. Yeah.
It's really an opportunity as they make this beautiful new gateway to Jackson to get really front row seat as a business having a location on 94.
Yes, and you know, with several of the properties that are both in the Elm Road, but I've got stuff all the way over to Mount Hope Road, some industrial property, Elm Road, North Palmer Road, and North Concord Road. We've got a new listing there as well.
George, when buyers are looking for a large piece of land, do they typically have something in mind ahead of time?
More than 90% of the time, yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, the larger parcels, they are for what I would love to see there, and I think most of the people in our county and our area would love to see, is big national companies come in that will make a lot of employment.
Yeah, a lot of jobs.
Good employment, yeah.
So people have been waiting until this 94th thing is done, right?
We have several that are waiting for the configuration, especially on the Elm Road, Seymour Road interchange, where there have been at least 3 major changes since the original blueprints came out for what they were going to do. Now that it's shifted a little bit east, and it's even by outward appearances coming and going, everybody can see that, as well as the next one down on Cooper Street. I have one property there that is on the southeast corner on the on-ramp as well.
Okay. You brought some properties along. Let's take a look at the Seymour Road one. I think Noah's going to pull up first.
Okay.
So talk us through this, George.
This is, I believe, Detman Road and Seymour Road, and it is very close to the Elm Road interchange.
Okay.
Just a little bit to the east of where the I-94 interchange is. It's frontage on I-94.
Oh, wow.
Visibility and frontage on I-94.
Wow.
Was this the golf course?
This is right next to the former Sparrowhawk Golf Course. I also have the former Sparrowhawk Golf Course listed for sale. So I've got a couple hundred acres total there. The Sparrowhawk Golf Course is just west and north of this property, and other property that goes north to O'Leary Road and then east to Elm Road. So several different owners and several different properties. I've had some people inquiring about fairly large projects here.
Yeah. I mean, great pieces of land in between Jackson and Ann Arbor.
They are,
Yeah.
and the traffic count on Interstate 94, where 127 north and south funnel in between there is very good.
And that Elm Road interchange is going to be really nice with 3 roundabouts shuffling traffic onto 94, but then north and south on Elm.
This shot, that's Detman Road on the right-hand side.
Okay.
And so the subject property is just north of Interstate 94.
Okay.
And there is some low property there, but that one is about a 56-acre parcel.
Wow.
And the other parcels that are across to the west, left-hand side of the screen are available as well.
What did you say the traffic count was?
Don't have it right in front of me. It's
I can't believe
tens of thousands.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'm
thinking in the 60 range, but I don't know exactly today.
Mm-hmm.
George, are people buying land now more than they have in the last, let's say, 10 years? Has the last few years been a land grab, if you will?
Yes, and one of the things that we have for some of the properties here, we have a lot of large manufacturers or large businesses, both local and national. And some of the interests that I have, I'd like to be able to tell you who they are, but they don't even want other people knowing that.
Of course, yeah.
I think once somebody does something on one of these and sees that, yes, there's natural gas, electricity, really good visibility from the roads, as well as the capability to do larger things with a good, ready, willing, and able population of workers.
So these are what would be considered shovel-ready?
More shovel-ready than the last time around when a lot of people were saying shovel-ready.
Yeah.
Part of the thing with shovel-ready the last time was a lot of the people didn't have, for example, the on-ramp and off-ramp, Elm Road here, the one at Seymour, that is the easy on-off from Elm Road. The Cooper Street, where the overpass is in place, along with the roundabouts. Those are a lot more shovel-ready, and they have the electrical, and we have very cooperative townships in the city of Jackson
great.
today too,
That's
more
great.
than maybe we had in the past.
Let's go out to Spring Arbor Road. We got a property out there for sale. How big is this property, George?
This one is actually 2 properties.
Okay.
It is, there's a 17-acre parcel on the north side of M60. This is the corner of M60, which is Spring Arbor Road, with Reynolds Road.
Okay.
And the power lines that are very well identified are high-intensity power lines for Consumers Power. They border on the east side and the north side of the north parcel. The north side of M60 that's very well marked there, and the south side of M60. The one on the south side of M60 is bordered by Sandstone Creek on the south side, and there's a bridge that goes across that. The one on the north side is approximately 17 acres. The one on the south side is approximately 27 acres. Both of those are commercial parcels as well.
And they're both, looks like they're both virgin properties.
They're a Christmas tree farm.
Oh, really?
They were part of the Doswa Christmas tree farm, and the owners had them for a few decades waiting for it to be the time. He and I agree it's time.
Yeah. We have another property out on Seymour as well. I don't know if we touched on that one yet, Noah. Oh, that was the same thing. You've been doing business since the late 70s around here, George.
I have, yeah.
What?
When I was a kid.
You were just a kid. Yeah,
Yeah.
you were just a kid. But you've, you have so much business experience. What do you think we need in Jackson on one of these large properties? What would be perfect?
What I would love to see
Yeah.
is some of the electric auto manufacturers with a partnership with some of the other people that we have in the area.
Yeah.
I think everybody could speculate who that might be. I'd
Well,
like to see
yeah.
that, as well as some other
Right.
larger manufacturers that have really good, well-paying jobs that are stable for a lot of the people in our county.
And that's the key, good jobs too, right, George?
Good jobs,
Yeah.
yeah, good jobs that are stable and not coming and going.
Right.
10 or 15 years ago, and I know we had this conversation back then, a place like a Cabela's kind of operation, the county was hopeful we'd attract that kind of a retail, but those days are over.
For retail, yes.
Yeah.
For manufacturing, I think is the heart and soul of our county, and we have really good infrastructure. And with the rail, we have the airport, the rail, as well as I-94 with 127. There are other things that could work here, but the electrification is right in Jackson County's wheelhouse.
You've got a property in the city on Biddle we're going to take a look at.
I do.
So
This is a former manufacturing facility. This is a little bit over 12,000 square feet and is currently being used as a warehouse.
Is that airline there?
Correct.
Okay.
And airline in Biddle, it is Certainteed on the east side, Jackson Glass on the north side.
What a great potential spot right outside the city center.
It is.
High
And again,
traffic,
that
too.
one is ready for warehouse or manufacturing.
Wow.
That's
Looks
a
like
good shot.
great traffic flow around there to whoever would potentially buy that property. That's a great spot.
A lot of electricity, good
Yeah.
services available.
Generous zoning?
Excuse me?
Generous zoning?
I believe, yes. I
Yeah.
think if you're industrial,
Yeah.
it's industrial zoning.
Over in, that's a great shot too. I love seeing some of these aerial shots on these properties you have, George. They're great. Let's go out to 94 in Grass Lake. Let's go out there. Okay, so where exactly is this property, George?
This property, this is looking from north to south. This is by the Blake Woods Medical Center.
okay, yep.
So this right here is on Blake Road, and this aerial view is looking right now east to west. Now we're looking north to south. There's the Blake Woods Medical Center on the left. I've got 3 properties by the Blake Woods Medical Center, both east side and west side. This one is Great Lakes Professional Center in Grass Lake.
It's awesome. You've got a lot going out there.
There's stuff available,
Yeah.
especially for a building. But we have some other things available for investors.
Medical would be good for either of those two pieces of property.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
You notice if you drive 69 down through northern Indiana, it's like medical on both sides all the way down. It's unbelievable.
We have a few people that have done some medical things here. One I've brought to your attention that did a lease here last year, and hopefully we can follow up on that again. Somebody that's doing some really interesting stuff with medical manufacturing. And that was a lease last summer. And you know, that kind of stuff, I love to see it, and I think most of the other people like to. It's similar to Stryker or Biomed or Dupuis or Zimmer, the kinds that do really high-end manufacturing that are great jobs and great employers.
Yeah, it's actually happening right now in Jackson. It's
yes.
just starting.
Yes.
Right? Yes. So we could see some big things.
I'd love to, yeah. I think a lot of other people would too, and I think if it takes off, it will continue because you have people like me in my 60s that I may need some replacement parts.
Well, George has matched up these wizards of medical invention with the experts in medical manufacturing that are already here in Jackson. So that's the next step.
Correct.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that separates you from some of your colleagues. Your years in business, your years as a business owner, as a financial advisor, it really helps you kind of see the whole project, right?
And to try to match up things that are new here.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm hoping to get some things that'll really work well. I'm optimistic.
With the home situation, real estate, the tight supply, that's completely different from what's happening in commercial.
Yes and no. They're related because when you have the growth of jobs and incomes and people that are working, you have the residential, and when we have low rates, which we still have very low rates, low 4s right now, I never thought I'd see below 5 when I was younger doing other financial stuff for a living. So you still get really good rates, and there's a supply problem because you have a hard time getting everything from the nuts and bolts to the wood to the metal to the people to put it all together for you. And zoning issues sometimes, or there's hurdles sometimes that need to be jumped in order to get a project done.
So a housing developer might be the perfect customer for that Spring Arbor Road property.
Very possibly, yes. You know, housing development there, or even in we've had some people doing multifamily or large multifamily that have looked in the Elm, I-94, Seymour area as well. So for multifamily, because we have a need both in the city of Jackson as well as all around.
Yeah. We sure do.
Yeah, we saw that waiting list for the Albert Kahn.
Oh.
Three ring binders.
Yeah. It's amazing.
So there's some that aren't going to get it that still need a place.
Absolutely, quite a few, yeah.
Thanks for sharing the properties with us, and thanks for coming in today.
And thank you very much. I enjoy talking with you guys.
Thank you, George. Appreciate it.
George Pearson from Howard Hanna Real Estate Services in Jackson, his office at the Summit Oaks Mall. More of the morning show after this.
Community health centers like Center for Family Health are vital in providing top-notch care to anyone who walks through the door, regardless of race, color, creed, or financial status. We are grateful for our talented team of medical professionals, our hometown heroes who work hard every day to keep us healthy and help better our community, one patient at a time. We thank our hometown heroes who have committed themselves to our community and to you. The Center for Family Health has been opening the door to healthcare for all in Jackson County for more than 30 years.
over 35 years. Nostalgia Inc. has been Jackson's home for all things comics, graphic novels, and games. Whether it's Spider-Man, Batman, X-Men, The Walking Dead, or even Stranger Things and Star Wars, Nostalgia's friendly staff has decades of experience and can find the perfect gift for that fanatic in your life. With the largest selection and inventory of the latest comics, you're always sure to find something new and different at Nostalgia. Looking for something from years back? Our backstock selection can't be beat. And don't forget to ask about our subscription service so you never miss an issue. Into Magic the Gathering, D&D, Pokemon, or tabletops? We've got everything you could ever need. Whether you're starting a new hobby, a seasoned collector, or just shopping for that superhero in your life, Nostalgia Inc. is the place for you. Nostalgia Inc. on Mechanic Street in downtown Jackson. The PIC Center is an independent practice that has provided care to the Jackson area for over 25 years. Doctors O'Neill and Cack supervise antibiotic infusions, as well as those for many other conditions, such as inflammatory bowel, joint, and lung disease, anemia, and multiple sclerosis. Our modern facility is open 7 days a week, and the infusion staff will make you feel right at home. Let your doctor know you have a choice where you receive your next infusion. Remember, when you've picked us, you've picked the best.
Welcome back to the morning show on JTV. I was up early today because I got to do donuts with dads at school. And
that's neat.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We hadn't been able to do it in 2 years because of the COVID-19 thing. But it was great to, just like Dr. Kim said, we need human interaction. And it was great to see all the dads with their kids this morning. And we were reading books and eating donuts.
Where were the donuts from?
I don't know. And I'm not sure. White milk, chocolate milk, and orange juice was available as well. Yeah, the donuts look good. And the teachers were serving them. It was wonderful.
Nice. And is there another, does moms, do they have something?
Theirs was last week. Muffins with Mom, and that was last Wednesday. Yeah.
We were talking about the real estate situation with George Pearson a few moments ago. Here's a house in St. Clair Shores, which has a very unique bathroom. It's got an actual throne. And, you know, some people call the toilet the throne. It's actually a throne. And this home is nicknamed the House of Charm, in honor of the original resident, Edith Fern Melrose, a longtime lady of charm on TV and radio in the Detroit area. So it's got a built-in candle holder.
I wonder if you can put flushable wipes on there.
No.
Looks like a dinner plate on top of it.
Wow.
That's cool.
Yeah. It's a knob.
Can you go back to that sink real quick? I think a lot of people have seen that meme where the more money you make, the weirder your sink looks.
Yeah. I like the flat ones that there's just flat and the water just lands on the counter.
I think we should get rid of sinks. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. What else you got?
I know you've got basketball on your mind, and I think that's pretty much all you've been thinking about.
Yeah, I'm excited for the NCAA tournament, but I'm even more excited for Michigan Center to win a regional title tonight. It's going to happen. I'm calling it right now.
Be sure and tune in to jtv.tv later today for complete coverage of the game, photos, stories, video, and more. Who's on St. Patrick's Day?
Well, we're going to have a lot of great St. Patrick's Day guests, and I'm going to try and wear green. So we'll see you then.
All right, that's the rest of your day, looking for green. Thanks for watching. We'll see you this afternoon.